Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey, it's been a minute, I know. What's up, what's going on? It's your girl Nicole. With that, so Nicole, welcome or welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, let me turn this heat off because it is super hot. It is the month of March. I haven't talked to y'all in since January. If you're not new here, then you should already know how this goes. Right now, I am, it says I'm about to be late, so let me get going. Yeah, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's another vlog, day in the life vlog, and I'm gonna take y'all along with me. First things first on the agenda is I am headed to my acupuncture appointment, and that is something new I'm doing, a part of my health, living better, healthy journey. So yeah, I'm taking y'all along with me, and I'll get to show y'all what it's like in the room once I get in it. Let me put my GPS on. Okay, I think I could shave 5 minutes down. It says my appointment's at 1:15. The GPS says I'm gonna get there at 1:20. I'm pretty sure I could shave it down. I don't know about y'all, but do y'all think that y'all could shave time off the GPS based on how you drive? I'm just saying. I know I could do it. I'm just saying. But anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna talk to y'all when I get to my appointment, and we'll talk a little bit more about today's vlog. Ooh. And this is why I don't need to vlog and drive, because my camera's gonna fall. Cause I gotta beat this time. So I'm gonna talk to y'all when I get to my appointment. Is it recording? Hey guys, so I am back, and I just got out of my appointment. Update, I did make it on time. I actually was able to shave 4 minutes. So my appointment was at 1:15. I got here at 1:16. Really, 1:15 is when I pulled into the parking lot. So technically I shaved off those 5 minutes, but I feel so relaxed. And I don't know if y'all have ever done acupuncture, or I've always wanted to try it for several different reasons. And now that I'm getting able, that doesn't even sound right. Now that I'm actually started my sessions for acupuncture for my specific reason, I can see the benefit of it. I obviously researched it and then asked, the questions and things like that. And it all boils down to, this is considered a part of holistic traditional Chinese medicine. So TCM, I believe you can look that up. TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. And in conjunction with the Western medicine, which is, you go to the medical doctor and all that stuff. So that together, I believe when you put those two things together, and for whatever health reasons you have, I think it definitely plays a major part in your health journey, wherever you're at, for whatever reason you're on your health journey, right? And I always say health is wealth. Health is wealth and knowledge is power. So the more you know about a better, healthier way of living, the more power you have over your own body and your own self and things like that. So I say all that to say I had a really good session. I like my doctor, I guess I call her my doctor, or my acupuncturist. I like her. She has her own little office here, and with little different rooms. I was able to get some footage while I was in there, but I wanted to sit there and soak and relax. So I got as much footage as I could, and then I just took the rest of the session to relax. It's about a 60-minute session, and as far as the needles go, you don't feel the needles if you're sticking yourself, you know, like if you're poking yourself and you start bleeding, but it is a little pinch and then it just goes away. So that she puts the needles in the certain areas of your body that you are there for, and then you just sit there and let it do its work. And it helps relieve stress. It helps the blood flow in your body. It helps the nerve, your nervous system, all that types of stuff. Is just a natural way of regulating those things in your body, which I don't know. I just always think it's just so cool. It's so interesting. I'm just the type of person that I like I've never wanted to go into the medical field. That's not for me, but I'm just a natural inquisitive person for whatever it is. So being that, you know, I'm starting this journey, like I said, I researched it, I asked questions, and I'm still gonna continue to research because I just want to know, like, what is the why behind it, what's the purpose of it, like what does it actually do, how safe is it, you know, things like that, proven research, things like that. But anyways, yeah, I don't want to keep rambling, but I say all that to say this was my second session and it was really good. So now I am about to go. It is 2:30. Ugh, traffic is about to build up. I was gonna go stop by the dealership because I need to find out about my sunroof, because my sunroof won't close. And I think I don't know if I mentioned it in my last car maintenance vlog, but one day I opened my sunroof and I try to close it like I normally do, and it wouldn't close. So I'm like, what in the heck is going on? Let me see. This one is closer, but it puts me further out. I think I'm gonna go to this one. Yeah, so I wanted to stop by the car dealership, but being that is about to be, oh no, I think I might just come on my next off day, because I like to do that type of stuff. I like to do that early, just in case, you know, I have to be there all day. Well, not really all day. I like to get that type of adulting out the way early so that I don't have to be sitting there all day, like doctor's appointments, car maintenance, that type of adulting. Yeah, I want to get that out the way early, because I do not want to be sitting up in nobody's office or place of business all day. Banking, things like that. Yeah, real adulting stuff. Yeah, I like to get it done before 12. So being that it's 2:30, traffic is about to build up. I'm about to go get me some lunch. Do they have a stop sign? I don't think they have. No, they don't have a stop sign. I'm gonna stop at Kava. One thing I'm doing that I don't think I have mentioned or whatever, but one thing that I have set a budget on is how much money I spend on food eating out. So for the past, well, really since the beginning of this year, so for the past 2 months, I have been trying to be more disciplined when it comes to budgeting, right? And so at the end of each month, I have been calculating, you know, everything that I've spent, like everything, every little penny in any of my accounts that I spend, minus cash. If it's cash, I'm not counting it, because I feel like it doesn't count. I don't know. It's a girl math thing. I don't know. But anything that I swipe, my debit card, credit card, anything like that, I'm counting it. And so what I have discovered from February is that I spent over $300 on fast food alone. And I'm like, girl, why are you spending $300 on fast food? And it's the little swipes that actually add up, y'all. Like, it's the swipes that if I'm getting off work late and I didn't cook, so I don't have anything prepared when I get home to heat up, I'm stopping at Zaxby's or I'm stopping at Wendy's. And it's like, that's not healthy. For one, that's not healthy for my body to be eating that late and to be eating that type of food that late at that. And then it'd be like French fries and stuff like that, y'all. Like, that is not good. So not only is it not healthy for me, for my body, it's not healthy for my money, for my budget. So I say all that to say I have set a tight fast food budget for me for the month of March, because I want to be more disciplined in that area. Not only is it going to help me save money or put that money towards something else that matters, that matters more. Let me say that matters more, like credit card bill, other bills, savings account, investments, things like that. It's going to help me in that department, but it's also going to help when it comes to eating better, eating healthier, and what I put in my body. So with that being said, I say all that to say I'm on a tight budget when it comes to fast food. So believe it or not, I set my budget to only $100. How am I gonna do that? I don't know. So far I've done good. Today is actually, it's literally only day 4 of the month. Hey, but I have not spent any money on fast food so far, so I'm proud of myself for that. And with that being said, I'm headed to Cava. That's gonna be my first, oh damn, I was supposed to turn right there. That's gonna be my first spending on fast food out of the $100 budget for the month. That's it. That's all. I set up. These houses are beautiful. Look at, child, am I in? Oh, let me talk to my friend. I'll call y'all back. Bye.
Safe haven of conversation where we make space and ease our frustrations. Continuation for days and days, and I can just say it, no explanation needed. We just understand what we mean, if only through pictures and memes. Years together run deep in the glow of our screens. It's a party inside. Sometimes you need solutions, and sometimes it's just a vibe in group chat therapy.
That's a tough song there. Anyway, so I'm back in my car. I finished lunch. The sun, y'all can see the sun is kind of starting to go down a little bit. I guess this is our golden hour right now. I am finally headed home. Like I said, I stopped for a little light lunch. And then while I was out, I wanted to stop at Best Buy while I was still out, because I am thinking about getting a Aura ring. And I wanted to go see it in person, size it, look at the different colors and things like that. So I did that. And while I was in there, looking at the stuff and asking questions, like one of the sales guys, they came up to me to ask if I needed help. And I was like, no, I'm just looking, thinking about getting it. I don't know yet. So then I asked him, I was like, well, do you know much about it? And he was like, no, they just sent me over here. I was like, okay, so how are you gonna help me? We're both, it's like the blind leading the blind here. Like, I could read for myself, but I actually wanted to go in to, like, for one, size my ring finger, the finger I'm gonna get about wearing it on, and then also, ask questions. I wanted to see if somebody in there knew a little bit more than what I can actually read for myself. So needless to say, that wasn't it. Then while I'm sitting there doing my own little research, playing around with the different rings and things like that, then the little cell phone person came over to me, and he was, trying to sell me on the service, which he I'm not gonna say he almost had me, but he did get me with the price, the bundle price. But I know there's always a catch in there. So he was like, yeah, I'm only gonna be here today, and yada yada yada. I was like, sir, no you're not. No you're not. And he was like, all we gotta do is, I just need your ID and see if you qualify. No, No, because no, you're gonna run my credit, you're gonna do all that stuff, and no, I didn't come in there for that. Plus, on top of that, it's like, I used to be on that side. Like, that's what I used to do before working where I work now. So it's like, I know like the tactics and things like that. Shit, I meant to turn around right here. Anyways, I know the tactics and stuff like that that they try to do just to get you to sign with them. And then once you get your first bill, baby, by the time you get your first bill and you see all the discounts that were promised to you, all the, you know, little things that they claim you were supposed to get, once you see that that's not there, by the time you see that, you call them and be like, oh, I just want to switch back, or I want to cancel. By that time, it's too late. And then you done missed out on your previous plan that you had. Now you stuck with this company. I ain't trying to go through all that. So yeah, that was that. So today is Wednesday, and I don't know if y'all are watching, but I have been watching Love is Blind season 10. And baby, let me tell you something. It's like each season is getting worse and worse. Like, I thought last season was horrible, but this season, the little love triangle that they had, if you haven't watched it, then this might be a little not a teaser, it might be a spoiler. But if you have watched it, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the three triangle, love triangle thing, and then when they found out who they was actually in a triangle with, that was funny, because that's like a big catfish. Kevin, if you know, then you know. Kevin, whatever. But then, oh girl, what's her name? I think today is the season finale, where we see the rest of the couples that did make it to the wedding day, to see if they actually are going to get married or not. Before we get back into the three people, let's talk about Brittany and Devontae, because first of all, Devontae didn't like Brittany from the get-go. He might have liked her behind the walls, but once he saw her in person, he didn't like her. And I'm mad at Brittany because she is a beautiful young lady. She got her stuff going on, and she's allowing this turd that doesn't even know himself, she's allowing him to like dictate which way the relationship goes. And no, he doesn't deserve her at all. Like, he doesn't like her, he doesn't date her type, and everybody could see that as soon as they saw each other, as soon as they met in person. A blind man could see that Brittany is not Devontae's type of girl, and he is not willing to change, no matter how black he is, because he is a mixed kid, not a kid, but he is mixed and he is black. Yet Brittany ain't the type of girl he like. But anyways, I say all that to say he don't like his own kind. That's all I'm gonna say. He don't like his own kind, and a blind man can see that. I am interested to see how it goes on tonight, on the wedding day, because they actually made it to the wedding day and they're supposed to be walking down the aisle. So I don't even know how that goes. Okay, so Tyler, Kevin, and Kia, right? Let me tell you something. So Tyler, first of all, like, I'm glad she finally stood on business. But one thing that, and she can even admit, if you go back and look at like her social media and stuff, and now she's like looking back at how she was, or how she was edited, and how she was portrayed to the viewers in her season, then it made her seem like she was a thirsty girl. Like, she was a girl that didn't know her worth. Like, she was begging and thirsty and manhunter girl. Like, and I think everybody that was watching was like, girl, like, if only you knew what was behind that wall. Because honestly, Kevin came into the whole program like, I don't know what I want to do. I ain't never had these many options. Like, sir, be so for real. Like, and it ain't even about the looks. Like, Kevin is not a bad looking guy, but it's more so like you could tell the confidence level wasn't there. Like, it was just something about his aura, something about his character that was not right, and he shouldn't have ever been on that show, period. But Tyler finally, like, she kept giving this man ultimatums, like kind of forcing his hand to make a decision. And I'm like, girl, do you know what show you're on? Like, it's Love is Blind. Y'all supposed to be dating multiple people until somebody is chosen. Like, you can't force somebody to choose you if they're not ready. But what I did like was Kia, the other one that was in the love triangle. She did a little manipulation. I ain't gonna lie. She was doing the manipulation tactics on him, and I mean, it worked out in her favor. But she claimed she was being a girl's girl, and I was like, was you being a girl's girl, or was it more competition because you just wanted to win and you knew which way he was going at first? I don't know, but either way it goes, she stood on business, because she basically, I say, manipulated him to basically make his decision. And when he was gonna decide Tyler, and Tyler decided not to show up, so then his hands were tied, and he was like, all right, well, Tyler's not there, so I'm gonna go back to Kia. And Kia was like, yeah, I don't know what you thought this was, but I ain't nobody's second option, but I wish you well, basically, is what was said. Basically, that's what I got from it. I don't know what y'all got from it, but that's what I got from it. But yeah, so I say all that to say, yeah, that little triangle there. But what I do like is like watching them actually recap their season, because obviously they didn't even make it out of the pods. So they actually started posting on social media a lot sooner than the rest of the cast, and they were on like different podcasts doing interviews and things like that. And so they were glad. They were just saying like they were glad it didn't work out the way they thought it was supposed to work out. But yeah, Brittany and Devontae, I don't like him. I didn't like him from the get-go. Like, at first I was like, oh, cute couple, whatever, but then how he acted when those doors opened, like, you could tell the moment those doors opened, he was not attracted to her whatsoever. And she's not, like, she's a very beautiful girl. So, sir, you look like the freaking Muppet Baby. Stop it. Like, he probably can't even. Anyways, but Brittany needs to gain more confidence and know her worth and know what she deserves, because yeah, that ain't it. Then when we come to my guy Alex, y'all, Alex is a straight up con artist, and Ashley's dad called it when they met each other's family. And I think her name is Ashley. Is Alex dating Ashley? Yeah. When he met her dad is a retired, I think, attorney or lawyer or something. And he was just calling Alex on all of his BS, because it was like man to man, and Alex was trying to talk all this stuff to her dad, and her dad was just like, yeah, so I could read through your bullshit, right? Basically, it's what he's like, sir, everybody knows you're lying and you're homeless and you don't know like what you want to do with your life. Like, get out of here. Anyways, I don't know what's gonna happen with that. And then the other couple that really hasn't really gotten any like screen time, because they're just like a match made in heaven is what it seems like. But we don't get to see everything. But Vic and Christine. So Vic is the black guy with the dreads, and Christine is the white girl, blonde. I think her hair is blonde. But they seem really like, both of them, their characters seem really like down to earth, like very humble people, come from humble beginnings and things like that. And it's like, y'all probably could have not came on the show and still had a good, like, met each other and gotten to the point where y'all at now. I don't know, but it just seemed like production was like, oh, they're not giving us any drama, they're not doing this and that, like, we don't want to see that, let's not give them as much screen time as possible. But I do think out of all the couples, I feel like Vic and Christine is probably going to be the only couple that gets to the altar and actually chooses each other. The other couples, I don't see that happening. And if they do, yeah, it's not gonna work. Oh, last but not least, Miss Little Emma and what's his name? Emma and Mike. Yeah, so Mike comes from a very traditional Italian family, very family oriented, right? Emma was adopted into the family that she grew up with, which they're very much supportive of Emma and everything she wants to do. And you could tell like they're hardcore, going like having her back 100%. But one thing that I didn't like was how one of the sisters, Emma's sisters, is basically, I don't know if she's giving like that big sister energy, like I'm gonna protect her regardless, but that's what it's coming off as. Like, and some people are taking that as like, oh, she's being a hater because Emma's changing her mind about having children because she wants to be with this man. But then on the flip side, I could see from an older sister perspective, is like, listen, if you knew that from the beginning you didn't want children, and you know moving forward you don't want children, don't let anybody else change your mind. Like, remember who you are, remember what you want out of life, because once you go this route, there is no turning back. And I feel like maybe that's what the sister is trying to, you know, like remind Emma of, because Emma came on the show and she was just very stern. She doesn't want to have kids. She doesn't want to have children for her own personal reasons. She doesn't want to have children. But then when she met Mike, and Mike is like, well, I do want to have children. I want to have a family. My family wants me to have a family, and I'm ready to have kids like now. And so you can see throughout the show Emma's idea of having her own biological children, the idea has kind of softened a little bit because of wanting to be with Mike. So the last episode I watched, they were actually at the altar, and it was Emma's turn to say if she wants to stay married or not. And then the show obviously cuts off. So today I'm gonna see if they actually decide to stay together. But I feel like if deep down inside she knows that's not what she wants, she needs to go ahead and let this man go, because they're just not good for each other. And I just feel like if she knows deep down in her heart that that's not what she wants, but she's gonna do it for the sake of being with him, she's going to regret that decision in the long run. And if let's say he decides to be with her, knowing that she really doesn't know if she wants to have it or not, but she's open to it, and then she decides after they get married, like, I decided, I was open to it, but I decided, yeah, I don't want to have children. Then he's going to regret that decision, and he, you know, is going to have a lot of resentment towards her, and the marriage is just not going to work. So I just feel like, I don't know, they should not be at that altar. I think they need a little bit more time, but I don't know. But I'm going to, by the time I get home, that's what I'm gonna watch, and I'll come back with the result. So Christine and Vic, I said they're gonna be the only ones that say yes. Emma and Mike, I don't know. I don't think they will say yes, but I don't know. The other one, Brittany and Devontae, is a definite no. And then Alex and Ashley, baby. Oh, and I forgot about the nurse practitioner, and the other guy. What's his name? Now I did like them together. I forgot their name. I put it on the screen. I do like them together, but she has a kid, and he doesn't know if he's gonna be able to handle that. Like at first he was like, yeah, you know, I'm all for it, but yeah, I don't know. But they're supposedly making it to the altar, so we'll see on tonight's episode. But I'm almost home, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop yapping, and I'll see y'all in the house when I'm watching Love is Blind season 10.
Up until now, your attraction's been based entirely in an emotional connection.
Feels like we know you for such a long time. Guess we can get used to this.
Hopefully, you turn that emotional connection into a physical one. I feel like you've been a little distant.
Sometimes I feel like I need to be in my nothing box.
Because you are nothing.
And you know touch is like very important to me. Are you not attracted to me?
Nope. Trying to see what he can get out of you.
Or insecurities tear them apart in the real world?
Do you think we have a good physical connection?
I do.
I just don't know if it's like
I don't like that you're not really telling me that I'm pretty, because I don't know if you're attracted to me.
You're forcing me. Now I don't feel like it's genuine if I
Told
say
you.
anything. You both want children, right?
For me, I am on the fence.
we get married and then we have a kid and you resent that. I can never live with that.
You've been in a relationship with any of your ex?
Yes. Saw her in Austin for a week.
What was that dynamic?
He's such a con artist.
I mean, we hooked up.
Ooh.
I thought you were looking for a place in
I
Austin.
was looking for a place in Austin.
But I thought you said you moved there.
For a little bit, yeah.
You never told me you lived in Austin.
The lies just keep coming.
I'm a little nervous.
It feels like me, because that's a scary thought.
Am I ready to walk down the aisle? No.
I know it's something this, Nicole. You love you deeply, baby. Deeply.
I 100% think you were the right one.
I feel like we're in a good place right now.
I love you.
Then you will be at your wedding, and there you will make the most important decision of your life.
Now is the time to decide if love is blind.
I can't see a future without you. That was a yes.
Mike, do you take Emma to be your lawfully wedded wife? If so, say...
He gonna say no.
Emma, I do love you. Right now, I'm not ready to say I do. I want kids, and I want to know that you definitely 100% want to have a family with me. I don't want to say yes and jump into something and then it change down the road.
That was a smart decision.
It's hard because I'm sorry.
I do love you.
And this is a prime example of why women should always choose us first. Because a man is always going to choose what's best for him, even if it hurts you. This is a prime example because Emma said yes, and she opened up her mind and she opened up her heart at the idea of changing her mind about having children for the sake of marrying this man and building a life with him. She was ready to compromise and open. But that man, because he didn't have a definite, he wasn't willing to waver anything. He wasn't willing to compromise. He wasn't, and rightfully so. I'm not saying that he didn't make the right decision because I'm glad he said no. But what I'm saying is this is a prime example of a man, no matter how much he loves you, he's always going to make the right decision that he thinks is best for him. Meanwhile, Emma, or a woman, is going to make the decision based on her feeling and being comparable and thinking about, I don't know. It's just, this is a prime example. That's all I'm saying. Let me finish watching the rest of this because, But, I mean, I feel like they made the right decision. He made the right decision. But that still doesn't take away from the fact of the matter is a man gonna do what a man gonna do. So women, we gotta do what we have to do that's best for us. Don't waver. Don't sacrifice yourself. Don't sacrifice your body. Don't sacrifice your mind. Unless you are 100% sure that that is what you want to do. Let's finish watching this show. So Jordan and Amber is the other couple that I feel like had a more genuine connection in the pods, and then once they met outside of the pods, and they have made it to the altar. Amber, her name is Amber. So she has a 7-year-old little girl, and she was honest about that from the jump, and he accepted it or whatever. But I think that is the main thing that they have been working through, is if Jordan is really, really ready to step in and be, Amber's husband, but also the stepdad. So, but other than that, I feel like they're a pretty nice couple. and their like for each other and their love for each other, it shows organic. So I don't know, I'm hoping that they say yes, but we'll see. Aw, and she's showing her daughter in the episode, so we haven't seen this is her first time showing her throughout the whole season. But what I do like is that during their initial like meet the family and things like that, Jordan was able to meet Amber's ex, so the father of her child. So that was cool to see. They had a good meeting. And then he just now met Emma, which is Amber's daughter. So, but she looks really nice in her wedding dress. So, needless to say, regardless of whether it's a yes or no, Amber definitely is killing it in this dress. I'm gonna give her that. But anyways, let me finish watching. I was trying to clean and multitask, so. But let me go ahead and finish, and I'll come back with the results. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Forever.
Ooh, child.
Amber,
They look so good together.
do you take Jordan to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you solemnly vow to be his faithful partner in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad, and in joy as well as in sorrow? Do you promise to love him unconditionally, to honor and respect him, to laugh with him and cry with him, and to cherish him as long as you both shall live? If so, say, I do.
I do,
Oh, wow.
but I understand if there's any doubts. I have a lot going on.
Aw.
Jordan, do you take Amber to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you solemnly vow to be her faithful partner?
Come on, Jordan. You could do
In
it.
good times and in bad? Do you promise to love her unconditionally, to honor and respect her, and to cherish her as long as you both shall live?
He gonna say no, Jesus. Oh, God. He gonna say no. Oh. Oh, he's turning red.
So your answer is?
I do.
I think he told his family he wasn't gonna do it, and their face, everybody's face was like, what? I feel like he really loves her. Like, I feel like he really loves her, and everybody was shocked because that is a big commitment. But if you watch the show, like, their just chemistry, even with when they had like a little disagreement, they're very mature and at a stage in their life where both of them like are committed to making it. Oh, look at her daughter crying. Oh my goodness. Aww. Okay, so let's hope it works. That's one. That's one out of, I don't know how many, but that's one. All right, we're beating last season. Okay, so real quick, I just think like dating as I just feel like that one, like Amber and Jordan, because of the dynamic, like she has a child and he doesn't, it's like that could always be a very sticky situation, right? Because it's like, just because she has a child, or just because you have a child, it could be a, you know, man or woman, that should not exclude them from being able to, you know, find love again if their, you know, partner, the parent of their child didn't work out, right? So that shouldn't exclude them. However, I feel like there are certain like ways those certain individuals should go about dating. And I feel like the way Amber came into this situation, very transparent, very open, very honest, didn't try to hide it. Like, unlike, I think it was last season or the season before or whatever, where it didn't come out immediately. I feel like that played an important part in their journey and their story, because, you know, dating someone who doesn't have a child, like, that is a big commitment on their part as well, because it's like, dang, I really like this person, I grew to love them, but am I ready to like be a parent? Because rather he's going to be the step parent or not, like legally, you're now married to that mother. So that mother comes with, or that parent comes with the package. Rather, you know, it's just, it is what it is, right? So it's a big commitment on both parts. And I just feel like it takes two mature individuals to like be transparent when it comes to communication, when it comes to boundaries, when it comes to respect. And I feel like they really displayed that between them two on this season. So I really hope that it works. And you know, they can work through whatever it is that they need to work through. But I feel like they're a pretty good couple. And I feel like, you know, what are your thoughts on dating when you have a child and it doesn't work out with the child's, you know, your ex-partner? So now you go back into the dating world. Like, should you only date people that have children because it's more relatable, or should you still pursue people who don't have children and then go from there? Should single people without children date only single people without children? Or like, what are your thoughts? I want to know that. What are your thoughts? Put them in the comments down below. All right, let's go. Next one. Brittany and Devontae. We already know this ain't even gonna be long. I'll be back.
100% like marrying each other. Our story's not over. Whether that's marriage now or marriage later. We are going to be husband and wife one day. Then hopefully have babies right after we get married.
I'm sorry, what?
After the initial like shock of it all, of like, okay, I'm not getting married. It was like, okay, I'm not getting married, but now what does our life look like? Like, where do we go from here?
I'm not a fortune teller, so I don't know. There's still doubts that I have, but it's like, I don't know the answer. I don't know.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know what the future holds. I don't. Like, if I did, like, life would be different, but my doubts moving forward in the relationship, what does it look like? You're not gonna just date someone to date. Like, I'm not gonna date someone just to date. Like, I'm dating to get married. Like, I'm engaged to get married. So it's like, these are the doubts that, like, for me, need to like kind of clear my head to like be able to move forward.
Yeah.
Today was supposed to be our wedding day. She was ready for marriage, but there was always doubt in my head. There were certain things that kind of struck me, like, you know.
I don't need to hear anymore because it's a bunch of BS. So basically, Brittany already had addressed, because she had manifested that she is going to be someone's wife one day. She is going to be married way before she even came on the show. So she had addressed. And some women do that, right? Some women, they know in their head they're going to be a wife. So they see a dress, they go buy it. Hey, that's her business. But I think she's just so like fascinated and just fixated on the fact of marriage and wanting to be a wife that she overlooked all of the doubt that he was having. It was right there in her face. And I feel like as a woman, we know when someone doesn't like us. As a very self-conscious, self-aware woman, you know when somebody doesn't like you. You know when something ain't working. And I feel like, I don't know, a piece of her knew it, because she did confront him when they were on their honeymoon about, you know, if he's attracted to her or not. That was telling that she knew something, like there was some doubt. But this should be the ice on the cake. Like, girl, what you talking about? Oh, it's still going to be a wedding. It's still going to be one day. I'm still going to be his wife. No, ma'am. That man doesn't want you. That man doesn't want you. He doesn't see a future with you. And he was saving you and his time by going ahead and not even going through with the wedding to go to the altar. He knew from day one when them doors opened and they saw each other that he was not going to marry this woman. But anyways, on to the next couple. Brittany, I hope you get it together, girl, because you too good for this. You too good for this. On to the next couple.
To love, honor, and cherish, forsaking all others, so long as you both shall live. If so, say I do.
Y'all gotta hear this. Watch this.
I know your answer, and it doesn't matter to me. I know you don't choose me, and I'm not choosing you either.
Oh, shit. Talk talk about choosing
In the
yourself.
pods, all of our stories, all of our future plans, they aligned perfectly. However, once we left the pods, there was no effort. There was no intimacy. There were no questions that you had for me. And I felt like as soon as we moved into the apartment, we were roommates. Something always kind of felt off. Your stories were so vivid, they were so detailed. You would say a lot of words, but somehow I just found myself more confused at the end of our conversations. Lying is a non-negotiable for me, and I'm sure it is for you as well. I lead my life with integrity, which is one of the reasons you told me that you fall in love with me, and I expect my husband to do the same thing. Unfortunately, I do feel like you have missed that mark. I used to ignore red flags. I accepted dishonesty, and I spent far too much time waiting for a man to love me. It was not my person. I think this process has really made us grow, and I'm very proud of the woman I am today, and I hope you're proud of the man that you are. If I was standing here a year ago, I would have ignored all of the red flags, all of the lies. I would have probably thought, I can change him, or just give it some more time, and I would have spent far too much time waiting for you to become the man that I deserve. I know I deserve something extraordinary.
Period.
I deserve so much better.
He is livid. Y'all gotta see his face and his eyes.
So I am so sorry, but it is a no for me today.
Let me tell you, the way her friends and her family was so proud, and just like, not his mom. See, that's that type right there. Mothers who know their sons are not, y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop, okay? Stop enabling y'all sons to be pieces of you know what, because his mom is just talking about, oh, she just blatantly called him a liar. No, ma'am, your son is a liar. Your son is a liar. He's a narcissist. He has narcissistic behaviors. He lied to that girl. He lied to her family. Her dad saw through it all. And at the end of the day, she chose herself and she valued her worth. She spoke so eloquently, okay? She didn't go up there and like crash out. Like, she didn't make a big scene. She was able to communicate. She was able to verbalize what it was and what it is and what it's going to be. And she even said, I hope you are proud of the man that you have become through this process. Okay? Because he wanted to get up there and embarrass her. Because he knew that wasn't his wife. He knew that wasn't his girl. He was just looking for the next come up, the next way. But anyway, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Ashley. You did your thing. You did your thing, and she is definitely gonna come across someone who values her worth, who sees her for who she is, and yeah, that is how you do that. Brittany can take a lesson or two from her, okay? All right, let's.
Victor and Christine, you chose to get engaged and spend the rest of your lives together based on a deep
that's a long
emotional
time.
connection.
That's a long time.
Now is the time to decide if love is blind. Will you get married and commit to face a life together as husband and wife, or will you walk away forever? Christine, do you take Victor to be your lawfully wedded husband, promising to love and comfort him, to honor him and keep him in sickness and in health, in prosperity and adversity, and forsaking all others, as long as you both shall live? If so, please say I do.
I do.
Because not too much, Christine. Not too much, girl.
Victor, do you take Christine to be your lawfully wedded wife, promising to love and comfort her, to honor her and keep her in sickness and in health, in prosperity and adversity, and forsaking all others, as long as you both shall live. If so, please say, I do.
You're a special woman, and you're more than that. You're my woman, you're my rib, and I do.
You're my rib, okay? He came. He said, you're my woman. Woman. Now go ahead and make them beautiful babies, okay? That's what I'm talking about. And that's the way the season should end. Aww. Okay, all right. I don't have no words. I already said it was going. They're the best couple on here. They got the least amount of screen time, but they're the best couple. Period. That's how you're supposed to do that. So.
St. John.
St. John, baby.
What a beautiful thing.
She got a good. That's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man.
Best day of my life times 10.
Yeah.
Never felt love like this.
My family.
Ever.
We gotta merge in the families. We gotta try.
Anyways, we got 2 weddings out of the whole thing. So, but that's better than last season, because last season nobody got married. So there's that. But next week is the reunion, and it looks like somebody ran off the stage like yelling. So I'm wondering what next week is gonna be like. But nonetheless, I love shows like this, like Love is Blind. Yeah, so I don't know what's next.
Slowly but surely, because it's not going to happen overnight. Trust and believe that. But I know how I want Future Kaya to look. And to the gym. Because Future Kaya has her dream body. Future Kaya got money. You see her to go to the gym. I don't. But I had a long night last night. If you watch my previous video, we stayed up very late doing a Sunday reset. Woke up bright and early, clocked in, and then, but unfortunately, that's not how we achieve our dream life. But rest is important, I will say. Rest is important.
So it's about an hour or so later. I am eating my dinner. So I have sweet potato, baked sweet potato, slice of meatloaf I cooked the other night, and then some broccoli. So I just wanted to close out the vlog and just, you know, just talk about what to expect moving forward. I know that, you know, my very last vlog that I posted was probably like almost 3-4 weeks ago. So we were like really starting out February, but I just feel like January, February, the start of the year is just, I don't know. It just is what it is at this point. But you know, each month I plan to do the thing and be consistent and, you know, this and that. But it's March, the momentum picking up. We're moving out of the winter, somber kind of slow months, and we're moving into the spring. So things should be popping and stuff like that. But this vlog will probably go out first, just because I just want to go ahead and get things rolling. But I do have a couple of other vlogs that were already pre-recorded that need to go out, but I want to put this out first. So the timeline will be a little jacked up, but I'm sure y'all will catch on and things like that. But anyways, I just wanted to say, who is calling me? I just wanted to say, if you made it this far, thank you so much for sticking around with me today as I take you on the day in the life. I guess this will be like just a day in the life. Running errands on my day off, you know, things like that. And yeah, so if you made it this far, meet me in the comments. You know, let me know your thoughts. How's your year going? Things like that. Thank you so much for coming along on this vlog with me. If you made it all the way to the end, once again, make sure that you like the video, make sure that you comment, meet me in the comments, because I really want to, you know, let me know if you watched the show that I was talking about. What are your thoughts on the topics that were discussed? And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe already, and I will see you in the next vlog.